Welcome friends to my video talking about the ultimate stand-up desk. I wanted to make this quick video because I wanted to share with you my version of the ultimate setup that you could have. What we have here is, I believe, a 47-inch FLEXISPOT stand-up desk. You see the way that it's actually designed is that it has these beautiful metal slender legs that lift it up and down. And this is the basic model that just has the up and down button. There's no programming stuff on there. So what's convenient is that when you want to do some work just standing up, you could just lift it up like this. You see right now it feels like all this wiring over here in the bottom, so sometimes you have to press it a couple times. So this is kind of nice to be able to adjust the height of the desk very easily. The other take that I believe all desks should do is not to use the standard monitor stand that comes with your monitor. For example, this Asus Predator, I think it's Asus, this monitor comes with like a tripod legs. If you would have seen it on a desk, it would have probably had a tripod coming out like this, and it would need to be leaning and taking up half the desk. So what I have here is an MSI monitor arm that just takes up the minimal space. Also for the speakers, I kind of lifted them up from the desk because when I'm having like music playing or sound playing, I don't want that vibration to kind of transfer into the keyboard and stuff like this. So this desk comes just with just this board, this FLEXISPOT board. It comes with these legs that are all actually very easy to assemble. I believe this might be like a quick assembly thing where there's this little motor on the bottom here that it just puts together maybe in as low as 15 minutes. This has been years since I had this, so it could be put up together very quick. But my variation and what the coolness of my desk is having this under desk keyboard and a mouse setup. This is the K95 RGB Vengeance Corsair keyboard. What's cool about this is having these 18 keys that are programmable. This is a game changer for those that want to do a lot of copying and pasting. Like I have a button for select all, copy and paste, and things like this. You could do a lot of things when you have the ability to program things. So with having a fold-out drawer, this doesn't come with a desk. The fold-out drawer does not come with it. So what it took for me in order to get the hardware was I needed to actually buy a kit. It comes with a little board, probably this long, that came with the hardware that's the exact perfect height that you could actually fit your hand in here and use the mouse and the keyboard. So the benefit of that is, let's say you need to do some work up here, boom, you could put your notebook here, you could do that stuff, and you could still control a monitor and the keyboard and stuff like this. This is set up on a swivel, right? This Mac Pro, and when I'm in bed, I can watch a YouTube video very easily. Well, obviously not at the highest height, but when you feel like standing and doing some work standing up, this is very convenient. So the reason I made this video is that you might actually get some good ideas about maybe you doing this ultimate setup. You know, make a video about it. Put a comment down below. Tell me what you think about it. Also, one of those things when you have these kind of like wooden tables is that it could get messed up very easily. But notice here underneath, everything is actually pretty perfect. I mean, I could wash this down, use some soap and water, and this cleans up very easily. So I can eat at my computer and not worry about, you know, anything, any issues, or if you're doing work, if you're doing computer work, if you're soldering something like this, glass cleans off very easily. The glass, I got a Glass Tops Direct. They have different options for different glass sizes. So I believe this is 47 by maybe 23, something like that. So back to this fold-out keyboard. So I wound up ordering the exact a fold-out keyboard thing. Don't worry, I'm going to link this. They're affiliate links. They don't cost you anything. However, if you do buy something with it, I do get, you know, a little kickback, which is fine too. You see, this hardware, I've ordered many different versions. So this has been kind of like an experience of tried and tested. This is the only one, this is the only model that comes with heavy duty hardware. And this white board, I went to Home Depot. I believe this is a 16-inch deep board. And you could just even take a regular hand saw and cut it down to size and then attach it like this. So this is how it's attached over here. And over here you see this magnet. That's a magnet that keeps it kind of like closed up when you want it closed up. So that's the idea, that's the build. And underneath here, you will see there's some cable management, and these are a bunch of USB-C hubs. So these things create USB-C power up to 100 watts. They're basically Baseos. There's basically 3 ports on there. And they go to these USB-C hubs that create power delivery and also internet connection cable. I'm one of those people that doesn't like Wi-Fi, so I have Wi-Fi turned off everywhere. I just use USB-C cables that connect to the MacBook, the Mac Pro. This is the 16-inch. So this creates power and internet for it, and for my iPad, and I have an extra cable or 2 left over after that. So what I like about this setup is that whenever you look at other people's setups all over the internet, their gaming setups, their gaming rig, they have their keyboard over here in the top desk space. This is the prime real estate space. Where do you put your stuff? I mean, where do you put your plate? Where do you put your phone? Where do you do this? But when you have this kind of like pull-out keyboard, I mean, you could put your phone here. You could put, this is a bigger keyboard than usual, but you have a lot of space to rest on. So this white board, they sell at Home Depot. So you just got to cut it down to size. You kind of see on the bottom the kind of shape you want to do with it. Attach a magnet. And then you have this nice drawer that I don't think a single stand-up desk manufacturer actually came up with this idea. If I was a stand-up desk manufacturer like FLEXISPOT, I would actually create a design like this. However, obviously it's a lot more expensive if you think about it to put it together, but a factory might be able to do it maybe just as nice. I just think this looks extremely nice. And being able to not just sit there hunched over at your desk all the time, to be able to stand up and do your work, put your hands on the computer, do some typing, do some web editing, go on your Mac Pro, do some like whatever video watching while you're doing your video editing here, check your email on your iPad, set the information in. That's really fantastic. So for the amount of hardware that I have in this amount of space, the usability of the space, where it's easy to clean up, as I mentioned, and Also, the space below really is nice. So that's a full gaming computer with a fanless CPU cooler and an RTX 4070 and a Ryzen 3700X with 32 gigs of RAM. It's a fanless computer, so even if it's on, I could put video editing on, the video processing, and take a nap. And when I'm in bed, I just turn this around, and I'm lying down here. And now that I'm done standing up, now I could just sit down and use the desk like this. So this is not the only place I have the desk. I have also this other alternate setup. So that's I believe a 43-inch OLED Aorus Gigabyte with clip speakers. That's a scanner up there. So that's convenient to be able to actually raise up the desk in case I needed to do work. And it's the same design desk. Glass on top. And you see how much stuff you could actually do. That's over here. Boom. That's my desktop computer. It's just convenient to be able to raise it up and down. So this is another alternative. So let's say if you have a big screen like this, you could actually and on the bottom, on the back side, you could mount up all your hardware. There's all the space. This is a custom shelf I built with where you could put extra stuff and put your wires, stuff like that. So not only you have the space, that's an inverter for my off-grid power backup system that powers that PC over here. You know, I could always turn it on and off here. So what do you guys think? I mean, I think this is an awesome setup. To be able to go like this, to raise it up and down. Excuse all the stuff here. I mean, I'm kind of living here. I just decided to make this video spur of the moment. So that's kind of nice. So you can sit here, watch your movie, and yeah, and use your stuff. I mean, clear up your desk, do the stuff. I make videos here all the time. Those are also sound tiles, by the way. I live in an apartment building, so there's somebody next door past that wall, so I don't want them to hear all my beautiful speaker sound. So with a setup like this, I'm not taking up all that keyboard space with the keyboard. I can work easily. This is easy to clean up. I just love it. Links are below. Tell me what you think. Tell me what, you know, what would you improve? I just can't see a single improvement. I have never, you know, watching all these different setup videos, I've never seen a setup like this that is more convenient. So possibly you never will until actually you make your own. The hardware, as I mentioned, that was tough to pick out the right one, and I'll link you to the exact one that I used for the hardware. These brackets to be able to pull in and out. A set of magnets, because that's metal, so that keeps it kind of like in place when you're not using it. The board you would have to go to Home Depot for. That's like $15. This glass is probably $120 at glasstopsdirect.com, maybe a little higher. You could also pay with your Amazon Pay there too, which is really cool. You get this beautiful glass top. In here, because I don't have a monitor kind of like squishing it down to keep the glass from moving, there's these kind of like things that keep it from slipping. So I mean, that's it. It's a pretty simple setup, going from a plain flat desk to more than doubling the space, having a keyboard over here, having enough space to fit your hand to even type with it closed up, that's just, I think, amazing. You could do it too, and I hope you do it also. I mean, let's find, you know, what we think is the most awesome ways to do things, and share. All right, friends, I hope you found this video interesting, and I'll see you in the next one.